Hey y'all, welcome back. This tutorial is going to be on a cream highlight and contour. I know it's something that a lot of people have trouble with, and I thought you guys might enjoy it. So the actual tutorial is going to be a voiceover, but I'm going to introduce to you the products that I'm using and cheaper alternatives. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is primers. So these two primers is the MAC Fix Plus, and this is Pixi by Pedro Glow Mist. They're very, very comparable. These are great for people that have dry skin, or if you just want a really glowy foundation and finish. These are both really great products. Another spray primer that I want to talk about is the Smashbox Priming water. I don't know that this really makes a difference, but it feels really great and hydrating on the skin, so I really love to use it. And something very comparable is the Makeup Fixing Mist, again by Pixi. Another drugstore primer, which gives you another really beautiful glow, is the L'Oreal Paris Magic Lumi. I really like this to put on my cheeks if I'm going for like a super glowy look that day, but I don't know that it helps your makeup stay on longer and last longer. My favorite primers personally are the Makeup Forever Step 1 primers. This one's in smoothing, and this one is for mattifying. That's backwards. For mattifying. These are great primers, and I don't know how I did my makeup before them. And Too Faced, the Hangover X primer is a really great hydrating primer as well. I want to talk about just an amazing primer for your entire face. It doesn't matter the skin type. Is the YSL Blur primer. This guy is expensive, but it is worth every penny. I promise you, I would not recommend something that I didn't think you should spend your money on. Then I want to talk about an oil to put into your foundation. I have the Tarte Maracuja Oil. This is personally my favorite. I don't have a drugstore oil to compare to it, but it's a beautiful oil just to mix in with your foundation. So some really great drugstore foundations. My personal favorite is the Maybelline Better Skin. And this one is in 50 Natural Beige. This is a beautiful foundation, really for any skin type. I love it. I have combination skin, and I think it's really great. Now, so moving on to concealers. My favorite concealers for highlighting and just in general are the Naked Skin Concealers by Urban Decay. But some really great drugstore concealers would be the Better Skin Concealer by Maybelline and the Age Rewind Concealer by Maybelline as well. Those are both super great for highlighting. Now, if you want to go for something a little thicker, Tarte makes their little kind of stick concealers. Those are really great for highlighting, but you have to be very careful on how you use it because it can crease if you use it under your eyes. For contouring, cream contouring, I like to use the Tarte Concealer Stick, and this one's in Rich Honey, and I also really like the MAC Match Master Concealer. I'm not sure what color this one's in, but it's pretty dark. And again, these are both really great for contouring. Or if you want to just kind of get everything in one, a really great cream contour kit is the Laura Mercier Contour Kit. And I really love this contour kit. I use it all the time. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, but I just prefer the Laura Mercier one over that. As far as drugstore alternatives, my mom has the NYX one, and she absolutely loves it. That's, I know, is powder, but I'm not really sure of drugstore dupes for cream contouring. Now let's go into a powder contour kit. My ride or die, couldn't live without it, is the Kat Von D Shade Light Palette. As you can see, I've hit pan on this middle color here, but it just has a really great range. Nothing too warm, nothing too cool. It works for really any skin tone, and I love the contour shades and the highlighting shades. Now, for a bronzer, my personal favorite is the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion Bronzer. This one's in 30M, and it's a really beautiful bronzer. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's very, very natural. It's a beautiful bronzer. I love it, and I don't think you can go overboard with it. And a great individual contour powder is, again, another bronzer, but it's really great for contouring. This is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's a beautiful, beautiful contour color, or if you want to bronze with it, it's great for that as well. Now, powders to set your whole face. My all-time favorite is the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. This powder really speaks for itself. If you're oily, pack it on your T-zone, bake with it under your eyes, under your contour. It's just a beautiful, beautiful powder. And they also make the Secret Brightening Powder. If you're not going for something so heavy, this is really great under the eyes. So my all-time favorite setting spray is the Urban Decay All Nighter, but this guy is expensive. So a really great alternative that I use on a day-to-day basis, or when I'm wearing makeup if I'm not going somewhere for a really long time, is the NYX Matte Finishing Mist, and they also make one in Dewy. So these are some really great things for highlighting and contouring, and just a beautiful foundation and just a very chiseled face. And if you want to go more natural, go natural, but I just know this is a very recommended video, and these are all the products. And highlighters, I almost forgot highlighters. I don't know any drugstore highlighters. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. But my all-time favorite highlighters are the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I top my blush with Rose Gold and Blushed Copper. These are the two that I top my blush with. They're beautiful. In the summer, I'll go over my skin with Gold Deposit by MAC. And then for just a straight up intense highlight, my favorite one by Becca is Champagne Pop. And this is a collaboration that they did with Jaclyn Hill. They also make cream contours, which are beautiful. And if you're going for a super intense highlight, you can use these cream contours. They're so beautiful. And again, these are by Becca. And then an all-time favorite as well is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey, and I have her other one as well, but this is just a favorite for me. It's just a beautiful gold color, and I love this as well. So I hope this video was helpful and enjoyed the tutorial.
Hey guys, so let's just jump right in. I'm going to spray my face with these two primers just to hydrate the skin, make it feel really good before we put foundation on. Then I'm going in with this Makeup Forever primer. This is a smoothing primer. It just fills in any pores and fine lines that you might have, any problem areas. Then I'm going to go in with the mattifying primer. This primer ensures that you don't get oily throughout the day and that your foundation really stays put. So then this YSL primer, I put on the outer edges of my face just to ensure a really smooth application with the foundation. So now I'm taking the Maracuja oil and my foundation. I'm going to take 2 pumps of my foundation and only 1 drop of the oil. This is going to allow us to have a really beautiful, fresh looking foundation. It's going to give us a dewy finish, but nothing oily, just something very fresh and youthful. Don't mind me getting this on my eyebrow. We'll fix that later. So after I dot that all over my face, we're going to take a damp beauty blender and we're just going to blend that all out. Just tap it on the skin, make sure you're pushing the foundation into your skin and that your skin's really absorbing it. So now I'm going to take that foundation and just drag it down my neck because no one wants foundation lines. Now we're going in with concealer. I'm going to dot this concealer all over my face just to cover up any blemishes I have. Now I'm going to take a lighter colored concealer and really highlight under my eyes. I'm going to go in a triangle shape because this is going to lift our eyes, and then I'm going to go on the forehead and my nose and the cupid's bow and my chin. This is just going to highlight the inner part of our face so we look more awake. Now I'm going to contour. So find your cheekbone and draw that skinny little line right under your cheekbone. Then I'm going on my forehead. I don't have a big forehead, so I'm not going to contour my forehead too much. And then just chisel out your jawline and under your lip to give a pouty lip. So I'm going to go on with this Laura Mercier light contour color on my nose. I'm just going to draw a straight line on my nose, and I'm going to cheat where my actual nose is just to look like we have a smaller, skinnier, shorter nose. Now I'm going to deepen up the contour that we did under our cheekbones. This is just going to deepen up our contour. It's not a necessary step, but it's something that I do just because I prefer it. So now I'm taking this dual fiber brush and we're just going to blend up. So you're going to find that contour and just really blend up. This is going to give us a really nice blendable base once we go in with our powders. But before we go into our powders, we're obviously going to blend out the rest of our face. So now I'm taking a beauty blender just to blend it out even more. That way we don't have any harsh lines. It looks like the shadows of our skin. You see me blending that down my neck. Just blending is really the key when it comes to contouring. Now we're going to blend out those highlights. I like to do my contours first, that way they don't get nasty and mixed. So now I'm just tapping out the highlights on my face. I did my chin, my forehead. Now I'm squeezing the beauty blender when I do my nose. That way that highlight doesn't get all over the contour we just did. So tap out the concealer you have under your eyes. Just tap until it's all blended. Tap, 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 tap. I'm going in with a dual fiber brush, and this is just going to help us blend out even more. You don't have to do this, I just like to because I think it gives us a better finish. So now I'm going in with the Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just going to set my under eyes. I'm not baking, but I'm just going to set my under eyes. Then I'm taking a big fluffy brush and dipping that into the translucent powder and putting it all over my face. Now we're going to bronze. Bronzing really is just warming up the face. So here I'm taking that Makeup Forever bronzer and just warming up the face with this nice fluffy Zoeva brush. Warm up the skin under the chin. Now we're contouring with Hoola bronzer and this MAC brush. So again, right under the cheekbones, and you're going to want to blend up. You know, we're not doing anything too harsh, just want to blend up and look very nice on the forehead, under the chin. Now that I finally found my little NARS brush, we're going to deepen the contour again. This is the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. I could not live without this palette. So I'm taking those two colors and deepening up the contour even more. This again is not a necessary step, but it's a step that I like to take, and since this is a video on contouring, we're going to take all those steps. So I went on my cheekbones, around my forehead, under my lip, and on my nose. Now we're going to highlight with the banana shade and this lighter color shade. I'm just going to tap that under my eyes, on my forehead, on my chin, a little bit on my nose, just to bring more light. Now, nose contour. We're just tapping it into the coolest shade of the Kat Von D palette. I'm going to go on the bridge of my nose where we put that cream contour just to reinsure the cream contour that we did. And to make sure we don't lose the highlight, I'm going in with those two light colors and putting it on my nose. Now, I thought I would need it to be a little more bronze, and this will also help blend out the colors. Now that we're going into blush, I'm just going to lightly dab that on my cheeks. Nothing major, just dab it on my cheeks, tap out the excess, smile, put it on your cheeks, a little on your forehead if you want. Now I'm going on with a blush topper. This is Becca's Blushed Copper. You don't have to do this, but I do. Now we're going with Rose Gold, and again, this is another blush topper. I'm just going to put that on the cheeks, and now the star of the show is Champagne Pop by Becca and Jaclyn Hill. I am packing this highlight all over the tops of my cheekbones. This is a necessity for me, but not everyone likes an intense highlight. So do the highlight that you would want to do. Now this is Laura Geller's Gilded Honey, and I'm just intensifying what I did on my cheekbones, and then I want a little bit above my lip. And here are the boys sneaking in just to say hey. So anyways, we're going to do our nose and just put that on our finger and tap it on our nose. Now I'm going to define the contour. We're not baking, we're just defining the contour. And we're just going to take that Laura Mercier powder and put it right under the contour and then brush it away. And then we're going to set everything by using this Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Thanks for watching, guys.